Welcome to Cloud Cape Coast. This is George. Yesterday we created a VPC. That's the Virtual Private Cloud in AWS, and we're going into the Virtual Private Cloud and some services. So we have 3 virtual VPCs. This is the one that we created. We also assigned it to an internet gateway for internet for traffic to come in, and we attached it to the VPC, created a private and public subnets, excuse me, route tables, public and private route tables, and also was able to assign the route tables or associate the route table to the subnets over here. But today we are going to create an EC2 to connect the VPC and then be able to SSH into the EC2. So when I think of creating an EC2, I think about is it going to be a CPU intensive? Is it going to be memory heavy? Is it going to have a burstable traffic, or is it going to have a steady state? Now, EC2 is Elastic Compute Cloud, which serves as a server for the application that I'm going to create, or you are going to create. So let's get on with it. Let's get a walkthrough and launch an instance. It's not going to be clicking and launching an instance. It's going to be a walkthrough of launching a production ready EC2. So let's go on with it, and I am going to click on the launch instance. The launch name is going to be, let's say, Cloud Cape EC2. I am going to use Ubuntu. I like using Ubuntu a lot. In some cases, I use Amazon Linux, but I've grown to like using Ubuntu. And when you look at the file corner over here, you will see that it's asking how many instances or the number of instances that you want to create. You can create as many instances as you want at a go. So coming over here, what instance am I going to choose? So instance type, I'll click over here and you can see the number of instances. We have, free tier. We have ones that are paid, so you can see. I normally go with T2 medium. And today I'm going to create a new key pair. I already have some key pairs in there, but I'm going to create a new key pair, and this key pair is going to give us the key to be able to SSH into our instance. It's going to give us an encrypted key that we're going to use. Either we're going to start with the public, which is going to be stored in the AWS itself, and then the private key is going to be given to us to store on our local computer. So this is, I'm going to name this Cloud Cape key. And I'm going to choose the RSA, and it's going to be a .pem. So what I'm going to do is that when I click on the create key pair, a download should start. So there you go. You can see that it is downloading over here, and it is being saved into my downloads. So this is the key that is given to me by AWS. So we're going to go through with it. And when we reach the networking side, just like I said, networking, VPC, which is Virtual Private Cloud, is the networking aspect of AWS. But when we get to EC2, we have the networking side of it. What VPC are you going to connect to? What subnet are you going to connect to? What firewall are you going to connect to? So in all these cases, you have the default environment. See, no preference default subnet in any availability zone. So AWS is like, hey, even if you don't want to create any customized VPC or subnet or anything for yourself, you can create an EC2 and I can provide you with some default environments that you can work with. But we're going to click on the edit, and when we come here, you see, so the first thing that it chooses is, hey, let me give you a default VPC to work with if you don't have a VPC, which is also which has an IP address, a CIDR range of 172.31.0.0/16. But we already have our own VPC, so we click on the drop down over here and choose the VPC that we created, and everything changes. It has given us the subnets that we created, but we don't want to be connected to the private subnet. So I click on the drop down, and we can see that I have the public subnet over here. I select the public subnet, and immediately I have enabled the auto assign public IP, which is the one that I did in the VPC, in the creation of the VPC when I was doing it, so that I do not forget. If I forgot it and I reach over here, I can just click on the drop down and it would have been disabled if I click on it, and I'll just have to check on or select the enable to be able to select it. And when we come to the firewall over here, which is called security groups for the AWS, it says create your own security group or select an existing group. Because we've already created a security group already, I'll click on this one. The interface changes and it says click the drop down, and this is the security group that we created yesterday for the when we were creating the VPC. And that's it. And that comes with all the rules that we made. We chose SSH, which is secure shell, which opens at port 22. We chose HTTP, which opens at port 80. We chose HTTPS, which opens at port 443, and also did a TCP custom, transmission control protocol custom, of a range that I selected from TAP port 1000 to port 9000, I believe. And then when we come to the storage, I like big storage, so I just choose 25. We can keep all of it as the default as it is, but if you want more, we can click on advanced details. I like advanced details because it's helps you, or it lets you put in the user data, and when we scroll all the way down, we can see the user data right here. So we can import file or create our own user data, but we're not going to do anything of that sort. So I'm going to click on, let me move myself away from here, launch instance, and it is going on. So we have a green, that means it's successful. I'm going to go to the instance that we have created right away, and we can see the interface of it. It is running at the moment, and we have a public IP address of 13.222.147.45. And we have a private IP address of 10.0.0.13. So let's try and get the encrypted key that was given to us, the .pem. What I normally do is I have a party gem over here where there's a party generator, and I load the encryption that was given to me, which is in the .pem. When I come over here, it's going to be, so I'll have to select all files before I can see it, and it is right here. Cloud Cape key. Open it and save as a private key, which is going to be .pk. Yes. So Cloud Cape private key. So it's going to be .ppk, and you can see it over here, and I'm going to save it and close out of this. The terminal that I use is called MobileXterm. MobileXterm is good. This is MobileXterm. So we're going to try to use the MobileXterm to SSH into our instance. Let me make it a lot bigger so that we can all see what is going on. I'm going to create a new session, SSH, and we need the IP address, the public IP address of my instance. I'm going to go ahead and copy the public IP address and bring my MobileXterm again, SSH. I'll put the public IP address over here, and the specific username that we're going to give to this is Ubuntu, because we created an Ubuntu OS. If it was Amazon Linux, it's going to be EC2-user. That's going to be the over here. So I'll click on advanced and go for the private key, the .ppk of the encryption or the key pair that was given to me. Select this one, and I can come over here, bookmark settings, and name this, give this name as Cloud Cape. So that's what I'm going to see on the right side over here. Cloud Cape server. I can choose a color. I can choose, green. Okay. And when I click, I have to get a window opening saying accept, and then we'll be ushered into the terminal. Accept right here. We are in. Okay. the terminal, and this is what we have right here. This is it right here. So I'm going to say Control L just to clear everything. I'm going to click on Control and I'm scroll my thing to make it bigger so that you can see. The first thing that I'm going to do is sudo apt update. And we can look at the name over here, just like I named it, CloudCape Server. So we have created, and you can see the IP address. Let me bring it up. You can see the private IP address that we talked about, 10.0.0.13, which is right here. So if we are running a Java application, we can just go ahead and say, hey, Java. Okay, Java is not on there, but it has given us some options to install Java, and I'm going to copy that one and paste. I'm going to add -y so that I don't put the yes over there, and it will just download straight away. Okay, so let me see, Java version. So we have the Java JDK version 17. All right, Java is on there. Let me see, Marvin. Marvin is not there, so okay, sudo apt install Marvin. Okay, yeah, why? So we have ourselves a server terminal that we can install, that we can work with, production ready. This is what we need. Let me see, Docker. Let me see if we got Docker. Okay, Docker. So I'm going to choose this one to install Docker. Paste. Uh-oh. That's why. So this is our EC2 environment, trying to install everything, all the dependencies, everything that we can work with. So, okay, so Docker, let me see, Docker, what version do we have? 28. Let me see, Docker PS. Okay, so deny, so okay, all right. Sudo user mod -a g docker ubuntu. New group. Docker. Let's run it again. Let's see. Docker PS -a. Nothing is running. Okay, let me see. Docker run -d -p. Yeah, mapping. This is called mapping the ports. So this one over here is going to be the ports that is going to be for the host, and this is also going to be the port that the outside world is going to use to come into the environment. So it's going to be okay. Then let me see if I can create like a Sonar cube real quick. this new EC2 that we have created. Yeah. Okay, so we are doing everything right for the right reasons for our, and our server is ready and our server is running. Oh, it's going good because we are getting all the right stuff. Let's try and see if we can access our Sonar Cube. Okay, so let me take a look at the, I think we had a security group of for 9,000. Let me see. No. Okay, Cloud Cape. This is our security group. The inbound, we only have SSH open. So now that we have, see, so I really wanted to do this. I wanted to have an error when I was creating this because yesterday when I was creating the VP or the security group, I made a mistake and brought everything into the outbound rule. Look, so let's create a rule to open port 9,000. This P port 9,000. Custom from everywhere, and let's save it. Now let's run this again. There we go. So now we have our Sonar Cube ready because we opened the port 9,000. Admin. There we go. So old password is admin. New password. So we are in our Sonar Cube environment. We're going to close it. I intend to make this video short as possible. Mind you, EC2 is not free. So if you leave it running and go to sleep, you're going to wake up with a huge sum of debt to pay. I've done that before. And I woke up in the middle of my sleep, came to my computer, and terminated my instance. So let's go ahead and terminate our instance. It's right here. I'm going to say terminate, and it will be shutting down. There you go. It is shutting down. I like the cleanups. I really do like the cleanups. So, you know, the more you keep building and creating, you know how to clean up too. So I'll go ahead and clean up the VPC2. Excuse me. Now for me, the first thing that I do is I go to Internet Gateway and I detach it over here from the VPC. Detach. That's it. Then I will go to subnets and select action here, delete subnet. See, I really like deleting these stuff because when you forget, it is going to cost you. It is really going to cost you. I'm going to go to each route table. This one right here, go to edit and remove this one and save it. Come to associate, edit association. Because for the private, we didn't, yeah, private. This is the public. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's good over here. Associate. Back again. All right, let me go to action and delete route table. Private. We didn't have any. Cancel it. Route. No. Let's go ahead and delete it. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I think we are all good. And it's left with the main VPC. I wouldn't want to keep the. I would not want to keep the security group either. Let me see. Yeah, okay, these are the default security groups. I will take it out of it right now. Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at the EC2 to see if it's terminated, because sometimes it takes a long time to terminate and you might think that it has terminated, so you just go and log out. Don't do that. You need to see this before you sign out. So thank you for watching. This is Cloud Kipkos. My name is George. You can follow me on LinkedIn, G Coffee One. And let's have a conversation. Let's chat. Let's share ideas. Let's learn together. Let's have fun. Cloud is the future. Cloud is everything. I like AWS. I like Azure. I like everyone. Let's do this. Thank you for watching.